our first guest for this segment, Aspasia Xypoli, the Agency Director of Prince George's County Department of Housing and Community Development, with us today. We are observing National Home Ownership Month. And so, Director, welcome. Let's start off by talking about the county's first-time home buyers assistance program, which is called Pathway to Purchase.
That's right. And it's great to be with you today. Thank you for the opportunity. So we want to make sure that people know about the down payment assistance program that Prince George's County is providing. It's called Pathway to Purchase. And recently, within this past year, we actually changed a little bit the program guidelines, and we increased the amount of down payment assistance we're providing to first-time home buyers in the county, because we saw the change in the interest rates in the market inhibiting people's first-time home buyer people's ability to purchase their first home. And so we have now increased that down payment assistance to $25,000. That comes in the form of a loan with 0% deferred interest. So if you stay on your home for 10 years as a homeowner, that amount gets forgiven. So really, it's a way to access this first-time home buyer opportunity in the county and build wealth.
0%. That is fantastic.
That's right.
I love that.
You have to go deep to make things work sometimes, and that was important.
Awesome.
And that is a program that actually our department works closely with the Redevelopment Authority of Prince George's County. It's a partnership between the two agencies. So the Redevelopment Authority is at the front lines of providing the assistance. Our department is funding this program, and in partnership with the RDA, we developed the guidelines. We have also partnered with Maryland DHCD because they have a program called MMP. So if you would like to access the state's MMP program that provides you with additional assistance, you can do that and then come our way and get an additional $25,000. So we're trying through partnerships to increase the resources available to first-time home buyers.
So can you tell us about the eligibility requirements? Is it a lengthy process? Is it challenging?
We try to make it as easy as possible to the recipient. So pretty much your lender, because you have to have identified first the house you want to purchase, and you have to have a mortgage, a first mortgage. So your lender will contact the Redevelopment Authority, and we're working through your participating lender through this process. So for your purposes, it should be a smooth process. And your private lender with the Redevelopment Authority are working together to provide this assistance. And there is a very long list of participating lenders in our website, so I will be surprised if, and we actually increased the list even further to include all the MMP lenders, so I'll be surprised if someone wasn't participating. There are eligibility requirements. It is for households earning up to 80% of area median income, and that has to do with how big is your household. So you can look at the specifics in our website, but for example, for a family of 4, that is about $120,000 a year. And
so your office administers the program directly?
The RDA, our program, our office funds. The RDA is at the front lines. The RDA works directly with the first lender. So when the closing of the house happens and your first lender wires the funds, we also wire our portion of the down payment assistance.
Got it. So where can viewers get more information about the program?
I see that you already put our information there, which is great. So you can go to our website, mypgc.hcd, and look under our homeownership programs. And the pathway to purchase is linked there and takes you directly to the RDA website. And I saw that's awesome. Yes.
So can you tell us about some other housing programs that can assist Prince George's County homeowners?
Yeah, and so what is important is for a lot of people, I think you mentioned earlier, owning a home is a wealth generator factor and possibly the most important investment you will make in your life. So what is also important is to make sure that that investment remains solid as people age, as their income may drop. So we have, through, again, partnerships, created 2 programs. And, we love acronyms. So people who are in the housing space love acronyms. So we have 2 programs. One is called HRAP and stands for Housing Rehabilitation Assistance Program. And the other is called HOPE, and it stands for Home Ownership Preservation Program. So those 2 programs are very similar. I'll explain why there are 2 of them, and they're both implemented through partnership. So our HRAP program that you see here is implemented in partnership, again, with the Redevelopment Authority of Prince George's County and HIP, which is our nonprofit partner on the ground actually implementing the program. And the other program that is called HOPE is implemented in partnership with Habitat. And so what happens is, again, it has to do with income eligible households who are already owning a home in the county and not living in their home. And they're experiencing a hard time keeping up with maintenance issues, but it cannot be just typical wear and tear. It's mostly life safety, accessibility enhancements that they need to make in their home in order to continue living there. So through these programs, we fund those improvements, and the goal is to make sure that existing homeowners can remain in the county and protect their assets.
Thank you for that. So moving on to rental housing, can we talk a little bit about what the county does to create new and preserve existing affordable rental housing?
Yeah, and I thank you for that, because we do always want to talk for homeowners, but renters are also a very valuable part of our community. Not homeownership is not for everybody at the period of their life. There may be more transient. So it's also important for us to have options, affordable options for renters in the county. So we do 2 distinct efforts. One is preserving existing affordable assets in the county. And when we say affordable, it may be affordable today, but it not may be affordable tomorrow, which we see happening not just all over DMV, but everywhere in the country where economic growth happens. Inevitably, a lot of times rents increase, so much so that existing residents are no longer able to afford them. So we have a program called the Right of First Refusal program, where every time there is a transaction of a multifamily property in the county that has over 20 units, our department is able to intervene through partnerships, again, with a pre-qualified list of mission-driven for-profit and non-profit developers, and secure the long-term affordability of that property. So since we launched the program in March of 2021, when we did our first transaction, we have been able to preserve the long-term affordability of over 1,800 units in Prince George's County. And those are units that we call them NOAH, naturally occurring affordable housing. But those are really a disappearing asset. So it's very important that we proactively preserve that asset in the county to make sure existing residents have the opportunity to stay and participate in our growing economy. And then it's also important to make sure that we build new housing. So existing residents and also others who haven't had a chance to call Prince George's County home yet can find welcoming. And so we, since 2021, we now have a predictable funding source, which is called our Housing Investment Trust Fund, that we can use in partnership with the state of Maryland and, again, mission-driven developers to produce new affordable housing opportunities in the county.
Excellent. And so moving on to the fact that some folks may need assistance, I know that there was some sort of emergency rental assistance during the COVID-19 pandemic. Are funds for that still available?
They are still available. And although we are not at the height of the pandemic anymore, so we don't see the same wave of applicants or eligibility for that purposes, we are still able to help income eligible participants if they're facing an eviction. So I want to encourage everybody, if you are facing an eviction and if you are in the court proceedings, you can still go to our website that we showed earlier and go under the Emergency Rental Assistance Program and do an online application. So it has a link that says begin a new application. You click there, you have to submit first your court documents, and then you can proceed. Now, if you are not able to submit your own application, we are working very closely with nonprofit partners on the ground that can help you submit this application.
And can you tell us how many households you've been able to assist with this particular funding program?
Yeah, since March of 2021, when we first launched it, we have assisted over 11,400 households, and we have deployed over $113 million on rental assistance. And we hope to continue helping people this year, this calendar year. So definitely, if you have a writ or a court proceeding, begin an application, and make sure to also call our ERAP hotline that we have included in the flyer.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Director Xypolia. I'm sure everything that you've shared with us is going to be useful to our readers and our subscribers and our viewers. And to those who are tuned in, additional information on DHCD is shared on our home ownership edition. Going to keep, plugging that, which is available in print or online. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.